I am Fridge, and welcome to episode 66 of what? Not 66, 56 of what Civilization started over. And to begin, we need to look at the Alliance layer, because there have been some updates to it. Some countries have joined each alliance, so over here, these two countries have joined the Heart Alliance, along with this country joining, and also this country over here has joined. And this country up here has joined. Well, these two have joined. This one, the Fascist Alliance, and this one, the Communist Alliance. Speaking of this country, they got a lot of help rebuilding after the war from communist countries, and with that, communism became really popular in this country, and they have officially gone communist. Other countries that have joined alliances. Down here, there's been a creation of a new alliance. This is the Circle military alliance. It was inspired by the Circle Economic Alliance. They have now made a military version, which includes all the members of the economic one. Up here, this country has joined both the Gear Alliance and the Economic Square Alliance. Another country that's joined that alliance is this country over here. I think that's it for military alliances. There might be something I'm forgetting about that you're yelling at me in the comments about, but economic alliance-wise, we've already talked about a few countries, but this country has joined the Cross Economic Alliance, along with this country over here and this country. Meanwhile, there's been some countries that have joined the Economic Alliance here. Some countries have joined, so as you can see here, there's a lot that joined that, so I'm not going to go over all of them. And this country joined the Economic Alliance. Any other countries that joined that weren't in before? I think that's it. I think that's it for alliances. Next thing that I want to talk about is the top 10, as I need to update this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 have all remained the same. Same with 6. 7 and 8 have actually switched places, so this country is now in 7th, Wales is now 8th, so this is now the 7th, and this country is now 8th. This country over here, they've actually fallen out of the top 10. 9 is now actually Chinese cheese country. And 10 is going to stay the Dutch. This country's in 11th. After that, I don't know. But that's the top 10 strongest countries in the world. Next up, we'll be heading over here to Mexico. And they're going to be invading one of their neighbors. That being their neighbor to the north. Right here, they're going to invade this country here, so they start sending troops in, and they are having a lot of success over here, as this country here is every week, and they weren't that stable. The government is what's the ideology layer? They're a flawed democracy, and a lot of people did not like what the president was doing. So this country is going to get captured pretty quickly with them losing both their capital and the only other major city. They will soon collapse, and they'll be fully annexed. No, not that much. So with that, Mexico grows. And we can remove the capital. Over here, we are going to see this country here, California, and also this, Nevada country unite. And with that, we can remove the capital city. As they put their capital in California, since they were stronger, this country wanted ski access, and this country wanted more land, so that led to the uniting process being pretty easy. They are different, they were owned by different colonizers though, so that might make things a bit harder, but seems to be working fine over here. Meanwhile, down here, we have something happening, and that is this country here. Their leader is incredibly stupid and decides to invade into the fourth strongest country in the world, which they were hoping that when they did this, a few other countries, specifically this country here, would help them out, but no, actually, that they were incredibly wrong, and they are quickly pushed out, and also pushed into, and within just a few days their capital was taken. They had a terrible military, and they collapse, and they get Foria next. So that just happened. But that's not all that's happening, because over here, there's actually a few countries that want to join this country here. Those being this country here. I did not mean to go to the ideology layer. I wanted to look at it. That being this country here. This small country over here. And this country here all want to join. So with that, this country expands a lot. And we can remove all of the non-needed ideologies. I see the problem. So we can remove all of these, and also we can remove the capital, so not needed anymore. If I can find the capital layer now. There it is. So with that, this country expands, and we have a few countries off the map. Continuing on though, we'll be heading over to this country, this country here, where they are having an election, and the results end up being, I'm on the wrong layer, and the results end up being the communist candidate wins. So there was a communist candidate and then a Democratic candidate, and the communist one ended up winning. Communism has become popular in this country. Communism, whether it's successful or not, depends on the country. Down here, it's been successful. Same thing with up here. And also in this country here, we can remove this. And also in Goiki. However, in countries such as... Why is this dictatorship color? This should be the communist color. In countries such as this one over here, it's struggling a lot. Same thing with this puppet state here. These people are not fans of it. And also up in Japan, it's failing. So communism really depends on the country. So this country is hoping that they'll be successful and not a failure. And this country is scared because they're surrounded by 3 communist countries. Continuing on though, we'll be heading over to this country here, where this country is not very stable, and we see a rebellion break out over here. That is a pretty big one. It takes up all of this land here. And this area is going to declare independence. And with the country that's declaring independence from being pretty unstable and not in the best shape to fight, they will give it independence. However, this is going to lead to another group breaking out, this one down south. And that will be this color here. They're going to break out, and they are also going to declare independence. They contain this land here. And this country says, okay, you can have independence, but no one else does. And, well, that works this time. However, over here in this new pink country, things are still not going too well, as we see another group break away, that being this teal color here. And they break away from the pink country, and when this happens, this country is going to quickly swoop in and take back some of their old land, before the pink country decides, okay, you can have that land back, and this country can have independence. So with that, this country is now collapsed into 4, and they all need capitals. So this country up here doesn't have much major cities, and by that much I mean they have none. So they're going to make a major city. So they take one of their most populated village, which was over here, and they turn it into a city, which they then make their capital. This country over here, capital-wise, they're going to put theirs right up here, and this country will put theirs down here. So with that, we can continue on, and we will be now heading over to another area, and that area is up here, where we see this country here and this pink country here meet up, and they decide that they're going to split this green country between them. So they both send troops into that country, with the brown country going first, sending troops in over here, pushing over towards this major city. They also send troops to push over towards this major city and capture these two major cities pretty quickly, even getting incredibly past this one. Meanwhile, this country here, they send troops mostly in this southern area, taking this major city. And we see a push happen towards the capital from 3 different areas. This one then splits into 2, one going down towards this major city here. And these 3 groups are getting pretty close to the capital, with them all meeting up there. And this major city gets captured, and we see the capital get captured, following which this country collapses, and we can look at a peace treaty in which, if I can get far enough back, I went too far back now, that's not good, in which we see this country get split, with the brown country getting this land right here, and the pink country getting this land here. So with that, another country is off the map, so we can remove it from its capital and ideology from the map, because you don't need capital and ideology if you don't exist. So, goodbye capital. And, anyways though, continuing on, we'll be heading down just south towards this country here. Well, this country is also going to be expanding. I'm going to close the ideology layer now before you see all the countries that don't have ideologies. I still have not updated that. This country is going to be invading into a few of its neighbors, and by a few I mean this one here and also this one down here. They invade into both of them, using some terrorist tactics where they go, because they were just previously only considered a terrorist group and only recently were considered its own country, and even then a lot of countries still don't recognize it as a country. But the capitals of both these countries are captured pretty quickly, in which they both surrender and are both annexed. And tolerance is being annoying. Okay, there. So they're both annexed. And we can remove the capital cities now. Coming down here, we need to go back to the alliance here, because we'll see the creation of a new alliance. And this alliance forms because these 4 countries here, actually no, these 5 countries here really don't like being bordered by a bunch of these countries here, and are worried about it, so they're going to form their own alliance to kind of protect them from these big expansionist countries. This alliance will be, let me see what shapes don't I have yet. Do we have a square alliance since the last one ended? I don't think so. So we're going to see the creation of the new square alliance, as the old one is dead. So this alliance will be formed by these countries here, including this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here, and this purple one here. Now, this is going to anger the leader of Belka. She had plans to invade like all of these countries basically, but she literally had the military on the border ready to invade these two here, and now they're in alliance with these countries here, so that is going to make her a bit mad, as now she cannot invade these countries without facing war against all 5 of them. And could she win? Probably, but it would cost a lot of resources, and they don't even care about this country. Like, land from these 3 and maybe this one they'd like, but this one over here they don't really care about. We'll be heading over to Germany, who's going to do some expanding into a country that just got out of a war, that being this country here. So they send troops in, and they quickly go through these northern provinces, getting down towards the capital and taking it. We also see this country decide to get the provinces that they wanted that they didn't get, those being these 2 here. So they go in, they even take this province here, and this angers the blue country, but they're not going to do anything because they don't want, because, well, they just don't. But this country is taken, and the split is pretty simple. Germany gets these provinces here, and this country gets these provinces here. So let me fix this quickly. So there we go. And we can remove the capital of this country because it no longer exists. It does however still have that one speck there that tried to survive, but not anymore. So that country is now gone, and Germany has expanded, along with this country down here. This country here in Australia. Now this country here, they think their war is coming soon, a major war. They think that World War III is going to happen like any day now, and they know that this is going to end with either 1 or 2 of these major alliances losing. The major alliances are the Heart, the Star, and the X alliance, with the other alliances being more small regional alliances like the Triangle Alliance, for example, or the Gear Alliance, or the New Square Alliance. So I think this is going to end with the collapse of either 1 or 2 major alliances, and this will also incredibly weaken, and maybe even collapse some of these economic alliances. And they think that they either need to choose to join the Trapezoid, that's the name of the shape, alliance, or the X alliance. And after some thinking, they think that they're going to join the Economic X alliance. This is to increase their economy, and they believe that this war is going to end with the fascists winning. And will it? Well, you'll have to wait to see. The next thing I want to talk about is about space in this. So space, there have been countries that have gone to it. The first country to send someone to space and send anything to space was this country over here, the Nordic Union. And since then, there's been a recent mission to the moon by these 2 countries here, the United States of South America and also the South African Union. They have successfully gotten someone to the moon, and this is a massive celebration in all these countries happening, that are mostly the countries that like the Nordic Union, but basically every country that's not fascist or communist is celebrating this. Now heading over to Goiki, where it's a Goiki holiday, and the people are celebrating, the leader is giving a speech, and people are watching the speech on their televisions. They're not the best televisions. Like, it's like, the technology for the televisions is like the technology of like the 70s. Speaking of the year, it is currently the year 1979, and to put into perspective how long the Cold War lasted, it started shortly after World War II, which ended in 1913. So that means it has been going on for almost 70 years. But anyways, people watching, and in this major city, people notice something in the sky, and soon after, it is nuked. And following which, nukes start to fall on other parts of this country. Military base over here is hit. This major city is hit. And a few other military bases are hit. And there's one nuke heading towards the capital. It gets shot down and ends up hitting over here, killing some people in some small towns and villages along here. But what country just nuked? Well, if you look at the border and what country they're close to, you'll notice that it is incredibly close to this country here. They have used 5 of their nukes so far. So we can change this to 10. That's way too big. So they're at 10 now. And some of these nukes destroyed a few other nukes in this country here. So this country is now at 6 nukes actually. Half their nukes were destroyed. And with that, we need to remove 6 from this country here. So this country is now at 134. With not 41, it would be 6 were destroyed, so that would be 35 now in other countries' territory. And that is going to lead to the entirety of the Star Alliance declaring war on this country, as we see troops, mostly Goiki troops to start off with, start to head into this country. Now there were troops from other countries, specifically this country here. In this country, some of them got hit by these nukes, but these people start to head out into this country. Along with that, Goiki is going to drop some nukes on this country as they hit military bases. That's their main target, but they hit a nuke over here, destroying a naval base. They also drop a nuke on the capital, which the leader survives this, getting into their bomb shelter pretty quickly. And another nuke is headed towards this major city, but it gets shot down, landing over here. With that, 3 more nukes have been used. But something that no country knew was that this country here was actually in an alliance. So looking at the alliance layer, we will now be revealing what alliance that was. And that alliance was none other than the X Alliance. This country, the people still have a lot of fascist views. Now, they didn't go fascist because that would lead to a foreign coalition going on them. They were not allowed to go fascist in the Treaty of World War II. But fascism has continued to exist over here. So this country, they were in the X Alliance by secret. They shared a lot of good relations with very fascist country, and the fascists and the X Alliance are not going to declare war on the Star Alliance. And now we have this X and Star Alliance at war. But shortly after this happens, an event somewhere else is going to happen, and that is down in Greece, where the southern Greece have now been given authority by clear to invade into the northern Greece. So they start sending troops in here, and this is going to lead to North Greece sending their own troops, and this is going to activate the Heart Alliance, who is now going to declare war on the X Alliance. So now we have the Star and the Heart Alliance at war with the Cross Alliance, but we still don't have the Heart and Star Alliances at war with each other. But that's at least not yet, as on another border, this one being over here, the Communists over here were getting ready to invade into both these countries, and they send troops into this one over here, along with into this one here, quickly capturing this major city. I mean, these two were already at war, but this is going to lead to the Star and Heart alliances now being at war. So with that, we have the beginning of World War III. So I'd like to thank you for watching. In the next episode, we will see more of World War III. Goodbye.